The notion of a Satanic New World Order using global warming propaganda to oppress humanity is a complex and multifaceted concept that has been circulating in certain circles. According to this ideology, a cabal of powerful individuals and organizations is manipulating the narrative around climate change to further their own agendas and exert control over the global population. Proponents of this theory argue that the supposed threat of global warming is being exaggerated or even fabricated to justify the implementation of draconian policies and regulations that infringe upon individual freedoms. One of the primary ways in which this alleged New World Order is using global warming propaganda to oppress us is by promoting a culture of fear and anxiety. By constantly bombarding the public with dire warnings about the impending catastrophic consequences of climate change, these individuals and organizations aim to create a sense of panic and urgency that can be leveraged to justify radical measures to combat the perceived threat. This can include the implementation of strict regulations on energy consumption, transportation, and industry, as well as the imposition of carbon taxes and other forms of economic control. Another way in which the Satanic New World Order is supposedly using global warming propaganda to oppress us is by pushing for a radical transformation of the global economy. Proponents of this theory argue that the emphasis on renewable energy sources, sustainable development, and reducing carbon emissions is actually a Trojan horse for a broader agenda of economic redistribution and social engineering. By promoting the idea that the only way to save the planet is to adopt a more socialist or communist economic model, these individuals and organizations aim to undermine the principles of free market capitalism and individual liberty. Furthermore, some proponents of this theory argue that the Satanic New World Order is using global warming propaganda to promote a form of global governance that would supersede national sovereignty. By framing climate change as a global problem that requires a global solution, these individuals and organizations aim to create a sense of inevitability around the need for a one-world government that can coordinate a unified response to the perceived threat. This could involve the creation of new international institutions and agreements that would have the power to override national laws and regulations, effectively eroding the autonomy of individual nations and reducing them to vassal states. It is also worth noting that some proponents of this theory point to the involvement of certain wealthy and influential individuals, such as Bill Gates and George Soros, in the promotion of global warming propaganda. These individuals, who have made significant contributions to organizations and initiatives focused on combating climate change, are seen as key players in the alleged Satanic New World Order. By using their wealth and influence to shape the narrative around global warming, these individuals are supposedly helping to advance the agenda of a one-world government that would be dominated by a small elite of powerful and wealthy individuals. In conclusion, the idea that the Satanic New World Order is using global warming propaganda to oppress us is a complex and multifaceted concept that reflects a deep-seated mistrust of the powerful and wealthy elite. While it is impossible to say for certain whether or not this theory is based in fact, it is clear that the issue of climate change has become a highly politicized and divisive topic that is being used to advance a range of competing agendas and ideologies. As such, it is essential to approach this issue with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing both the very real threats posed by climate change and the potential for propaganda and manipulation to be used to further the interests of those in power.